Shabbat Shalom, internet neighbors and Star Wars friends, and today I'm actually going to be showing you a video that was requested, kind of, from a video that I filmed early this month, or a month before, whenever this video goes out. It was from my January haul, and basically I asked y'all if you wanted to see 2 of the Power of the Force figures that I picked up, and a lot of y'all said yes, so that was really great, because I wanted to do a review. So, without further ado, and I was not prepared, I give you Bespin Luke Skywalker with lightsaber and blaster pistol and detachable hand. So before we do begin this review, I do want to go ahead and share a little bit of information about the what this line is, because I think it's really often overlooked. And if you're a collector like me who did not collect in this line, I started in 2005, you might not know a lot about it. So I just wanted to give a brief history because I thought it would be fun. So this is actually what fans call Power of the Force 2, because the original Power of the Force line was obviously with the last wave of vintage figures that Kenner did. This is actually technically a vintage line nowadays because we've moved forward in time, therefore these have become older and are technically vintage, but nobody really acknowledges it for some reason. But this is a vintage line by Hasbro, not by Kenner. But if you were like me, and it's okay, you don't have to say it, because I'll just take the fall for everybody. For a long time, I actually thought that these figures were produced by Kenner, and it's actually not. It was like a pseudo production under Hasbro. They were like a ghost manufacturer, and they produced under the Kenner collection, I guess, to help fans like move into a new action figure company and then move away from the old style vintage figures, because these guys are really well known for their red and orange packaging with the really super bulky steroid looking figures. And then this is the second wave, and I think it's a little bit less popular or less well known because they kind of toned it down. But nonetheless, they are actually really cool figures, and especially I know that the big complaint before that was that they had crappy articulation. Well, look where we are today with 5-point of articulation figures, so we're just back in the same loop. And so these figures really aren't bad. Anyways, and so that's that. Here's the back of the card, and it talks a little bit about Mark Hamill, and then you get the wave here, and then some deluxe figures, as well as a special offer for Star Wars fans. So I'm going to put that in the mail right after this video with the Star Wars fan club. Anyways, that's the packaging. And then a cool little thing that you get is like a little action scene projector that they say you can put in any standard projector. So your family projector that you have lying around, you can look at this card, or you could look at it on my hand. It's Mark Hamill, or Luke Skywalker on Cloud City. And I don't know what those pillars are behind him. I can't figure it out. But I was alive during this time, and my family did not have a projector laying around, so I don't know where they thought this would be a good idea. Maybe we're just out of the blue and just randomly didn't have one and everybody else did. I don't know, but it's kind of an interesting little piece. Whatever. Anyways, here is the figure himself, and his face doesn't really look like Mark Hamill in any way, but at the same time it kind of does. It like does and doesn't, but I don't mind it. And he has huge blue eyes, so it's whatever. I've seen worse for sure. And then he is wearing his Bespin fatigues, which is my favorite version of Luke Skywalker, that and then his Dagobah training gear, but that's like the same thing, just a variation. And then he's holding, spoiler alert, nope, not a spoiler alert, we learned it in episode 4, Anakin's lightsaber, who's also Darth Vader. There, spoiler! Okay, so it's a really undetailed, non-detailed, whatever the word is, lightsaber hilt. It's just molded and painted in silver, so there's no like paint applications on it, but it's nice and blue. And then he has his big old huge freaking blaster pistol that looks like a movie camera, and then he has a holster that doesn't fit his big huge blaster pistol, and it's also molded onto his leg, so it couldn't if it wanted to. And then I don't know which hand detaches. Oh, it must be this one. Huh, it's this one. It's this one because it moves and this one does not. So, oh! Okay, his hand attaches. That's very movie accurate, you know, bone and all, and big hole in his arm. So that's nice. That would definitely be a play feature I would use if I played with these back then. But I was only 3 or 2. Anyways, that's been this figure review. Very interesting, his detachable hand is humorous. But he's not a bad figure overall, honestly, and considering I mean, his articulation is 5 points, so it's his head, shoulders, and hips here. Oh, and then if you count his arm twisting, that's 7. That's 6. I can't count. Oh gosh. Anyways, but I think he's overall actually a really good figure. And I think that this line gets really overlooked, but they definitely have decent figures, I think. And stay tuned for my Rebel Commando, because I think that's what it's called. It's down there on the floor, but I can't see it because I'm blind. And if you haven't watched any of my previous videos, please check them out. They're displayed already as I'm talking. So stay tuned for more. Bye guys!